ClaretsTV speaking to Chelmsford City manager Robbie Simpson after the 0-0 draw against Maidstone. Robbie, a tough draw in a game with almost impossible conditions to play in.
Yeah, really, really tough conditions. It almost had 0-0 written all over it from the start because of the conditions. But we had our chances. I feel like we had moments in the first half, 11v11, that we used the conditions really well and used a bit of know-how. And there were large parts in the first half where we didn't use the conditions to our advantage very well at all. And I think it's actually the first time it's been this windy here for a long time. Usually we get a lot of games like this, but it's the first game I can remember where the conditions have had such a big effect on the game. So I feel like we had a really good chance where we've kind of cheated from a goal kick, and it's gone all the way through, and Ruffy's had a really cute header to Heidi, and the ball just wouldn't settle for him, and he got a nudge, and it was good recovery defending in the end. But I felt like that was a big chance for us really to go ahead. And obviously there's a sending off. I didn't see it, but I'm told that it is a sending off. St Jordan is he's best when he's playing with aggression. He really is, but obviously he needs to know where the line is, because he can't be doing that and costing his team really, and making, especially in where we're at now with injuries and fatigue, we really didn't need that. Against Maidstone in that second half, against the wind with 10 men, we really didn't need it physically. But I've got to say how proud I am of the players in that second half. We knew we were going to have to be resilient for the majority of it, and we knew we wanted to try and create the odd moment or two where we could maybe nick it, like we have done in previous seasons with 10 men, and we almost did that. We made the change actually quite late on, I think in the 82nd minute, to think, right, maybe we can nick one, because we felt comfortable defensively, and yeah, it almost paid off, but it wasn't to be. But I asked, again, not for the first time, but I asked serious questions of the group and their steel and character after the start we made on Saturday, and I think that they've answered a few of those today. They've answered them in the past, but then they've let themselves down in future games. And I just said to them there, they've shown in that second half today what steel, determination, togetherness they have to get a result, and they have to have that in every game from the start, from now to the end of the season. It's the run-in now. It's the business, coming up to the business end of the season, where if you want to achieve something and be successful, you have to have that in every single second of every single game. You can't let your standards drop. You can't let that steel and togetherness drop at all, particularly when we're not in the playoffs with points in the bag, we're chasing. So I'm really, really pleased and proud of them that they've shown that and shown a reaction, but it is a reaction. Now they've got to make it the norm, and that's the only way we're going to build and go forward.
You made 7 changes for today's game, so I suppose you're pleased with it just shows the gruelling schedule we've been under and the wear and tear it's taken on the players.
Yeah, we had to make 7 really, whether it be injury or fatigue, and then we've got players like Jazzy starting who shouldn't have really played. He had to come off at half time. Both hamstrings were going. We had Blackie starting when he's already played far too much since him coming back. We wanted to build him up and maybe get him some 21s games or 23s games, but he started today, and for him to produce that performance for as long as he did on a yellow card was just outstanding leadership. And he wasn't the only one. Arthur was spent on Saturday, and I thought he came on and had a great impact. Finn was gone on Saturday completely, couldn't start today, but I thought he came on and ran his socks off. Kane's been in hospital the last 2 days with his eye again, from a bit of a flare up in his eye from his previous injury here. He's been in hospital all day today and only just got here really in time, and he came on and was brilliant. The lads, like I've said previously, the lads have shown in the past real resilience to come back from stuff. but then we have had moments where we've dropped and we've let ourselves down, and that has shown in the inconsistency of our results. Like prior to tonight, we've won 9, drawn 9, lost 9 in the 27 games we played, and that does really sum up what we've been like. But yeah, I'm maybe being a bit negative here because I was so proud of the performance, but we have to make it the norm now.
And I suppose looking forward to Saturday, the main eye would be the weather forecast, and hoping it's a bit less windy so we can have a good game against Chesham. Yeah,
weather forecast and who we've got available to play injury wise, and then who we've got available to play, fatigue wise. Again, it's been pretty much the story of our season, having to piece together a team for large parts. I think we had the month of December where we had a settled team without any injuries or suspensions, and that's been it. We've had to really. It's been really tough work for the management team and the physios to get people out there on the pitch fit enough to play and to pick a team and a system to try and get some momentum and rhythm. And we're still trying, still waiting for a game where we don't have to make a sub for injury. But listen, everyone's trying as hard as they can, and we're in a position we probably should be. In terms of the resources, but we want to be better, and that's what we'll be striving to do for the run-in.
Okay, well done on the point tonight, Simo. We'll hope for a more exciting game on Saturday.
Thanks, Ben.